Welcome back, guys, to a rather cramped episode of Tailgate Talk. It is Monday, I think, or Tuesday, I'm not sure. Got a extraordinarily long box here. Fragile, handle with care. Got my Rat Cutlery Co. knife, slicing open some boxes this morning, afternoon, whenever this is. Been doing a lot of buying and selling, trading off things, and kind of got to the point where I was tired of my guns not having an optic, so I decided that I was going to go with an optic, get an optic here, and that's what I did. This is just a Mile High shooting packing slip. Opening this up, I actually did a pretty nice job of packing this. Have some nice foam here. Keeps everything in line. I'll show you what it looks like. See Nightforce there, another box here. This box is a spur mount. This little guy here cool, looks like they sent the right one. There's a plus. Did all this stuff from Mile High shooting. This is the Nightforce atacr or atacr 7-35 by 56 scope. It is the Trimmer 3 reticle. Pretty excited about this. I originally was going to be looking for a scope for my Scar 20. I couldn't really justify spending the cost on a Nightforce on a Scar. That being said, I didn't want a 4-16 that cost so much, so I took the Trijicon, I believe it's their Trijicon 10 mile, 4.5-30 by 56. Put that on my Scar and decided that I was going to spend the good money on the Nightforce. I'll pick you up here, take you guys a look. See, it comes pretty well packed. Bunch of swag, stickers, Nightforce. Super cool. You guys will hear me go Nightforce a lot. I have traditionally made fun of Nightforce for a very long time because I think a lot of people who shoot them are kind of elitist snobs. Now I'm one of them. HK. But that being said, I just wanted one of the best. US Optic has kind of failed me. I didn't want a Razor. I couldn't afford a Zero Compromise. Kales was not in the budget. Schmidt & Bender has kind of fallen off the map. So Nightforce was my option that I decided that I was going with. I don't know if I have a red cap. I might put it on there just to make fun of those who leave them on there. But this is a look of how it is packed. So you can see him slowly but surely unpacking things, kind of looking around. This is a nice sunshade. Ooh, shade, sun. This is the throw lever. Power throw lever. This guy here is the beauty ring inside. That goes right in here. This is a capped windage turret. Can come off. And if you want to run exposed turrets, it's basically a thread protector. And it goes around there so you can run exposed windage turrets. I have yet to decide what I'm going to do, so yeah. But this is a look. Oh man, it is heavy. So see here, and behind it is the 50 cal. This is not a joke. This is a very large scope, and I'll do some pausing here and do some comparison. This is a big scope. I'm glad I didn't buy it for the actual scar. That being said, I'm going to set you guys back down here. Hopefully not tip over the camera too bad. It does come with, I'll get some of this stuff out of the way for y'all. I'm not going to go over all the cool guy stuff. If you're interested, you can go online and do your research. Like that. It says made in Japan. Kind of disappointing. I thought this was made in America, whatever. Nice little throw ring here. It is a full, you can grab the whole thing and twist it. As you can see, the cap is moving. Turrets are nice. That is nice turrets. They do come with some caps. These are their Nightforce branded caps. Looks like they screw in, at least the front one does, which is nice. I can appreciate that. The rear one is just a slip over cover. It does have, see it right there, a tensioning clamp, so you can tension it down so it doesn't slide around. I do appreciate that. Looking through the scope, let's see here. So right now, I'm going to adjust the, what is it called, the diopter thing for my eye. So hopefully I can get it picked up. Bam, that is looking nice and crisp. Let's see if I can go back a little bit more. Crisp it up a little bit. And this is the Trimmer 3 reticle, for those of you that are wondering. That is about as clear as I want it. So it does have, well, this is a little bit different. It does have a locking ring here to change the diopter thing. I don't know what it's called, so you just grab it, reef it down, and now the whole thing is locked into place, so you can change it, and it's tactile as opposed to a fine motor. Looking through it, it is good glass. I do like that. On 7 power, I have effectively, I have 24 mils of elevation going up, and I have a haphazard 25 as far as being able to see all the crosshair on the wind line, which I can appreciate. That is a lot of extra mils, coming up to, we'll say 15. Being a first focal plane, you have a full 12 use and part of 13, coming up to, we'll say 25. That drops down to, you have a full use of 7 and a very small portion of 8, and then 35 you have easily a full 4 for the elevation, and most of the 5th level of elevation. And when I'm saying the full, you're getting the full windage as well. So that is a plus. Eye relief seems to be very decent. Very, very happy with this. The next box that we got here is this guy here, right here. This is a spuhr mount. This guy is the 4007, and the 4007 is a 0 MOA mount, and this is what it looks like when you unbox. Sorry about the terrible video, guys. I'm back yet again. My household is coming undone, apparently, with 10 minutes of me not being in here. So I'm grotesquely overwhelmed with the tailgate today as well. There is a lot going on here. Touch base, got the scar, got the 50 cal. This was the 50 cal scope before. This is the new scope. We just did a brief unboxing and a haphazard what I thought. Gave you guys kind of a rundown on the reticle for the Tremor 3, kind of what you can see as far as holdovers under different magnifications. Here is the size. So this is a Trijicon. I believe it is their 10 mile. It is a 4.5 to 30 by 56. It's a 34 millimeter tube. You can kind of see just the sheer size difference. The Nightforce does have a cap, so it is this much longer, I guess on both sides, but that still doesn't make up for, you know, the sunshade width difference. And this is without a sunshade, just be advised on that. Weight, man, weighs less than the Trigi, so that's cool. At least felt weight, this feels lighter than this. I know Trijicon is a very robust scope, but they are thick, THICC. Both have very similar windage, or not windage, pardon me, throw levers. Turrets here, more tactile, louder. Both have capped elevation turrets, or windage turrets, pardon me, getting all mixed up. This does not come with a thread protector to run them external. It has been fine for me, but it's just one of those things to be aware of. One negative thing here, I did not get a red cap. I'm a little disappointed with that, but this will go on the Scar. This will go on the Desert Tech HTI and 50 BMG. So we're gonna just kind of move those over here. And now we get into some of the meat and potatoes here. I am a big fan of spuhr, as you can see. Spuhr. Love them. They work well. I got this guy for the Trijicon because I don't need... The Scar is said to be an optics killer. Adding MOA to the base changes the angle of the scope. Potentially could add stress to it and or recoil just for the scope kind of sitting at a cant. I didn't get a cantilever. Just wanted a straight scope mount. I'm not going to be detaching it very often, if at all. And I did not get a QD because I want this thing to be as secure and sturdy as possible, so the Scar does not consume the Trijicon optic. It said it was rated for it, but who knows. So I bought this mount here, and you can see this is the 4802, and it is a 13 mil / 44.4 MOA base. So that means there is 44 MOA factored into this mount. So this mount sits at an angle pretty steep, and being a 308 Trace Auto, I do not need 44 mils of increased MOA. The Trijicon has plenty internal for anything that I care to do, and it also has a reticle that will consume most of anything that I'm going to do with this gun. So took that off, unmounted it, which is kind of a sin for me, but I did anyways. Gonna use that for the Nightforce. And then this guy is just a 0 MOA. You can see it is the same exact thing. It does have a bubble level built in. They are pretty much useless. I can never see them when they are mounted to the rifle. Whatever. It does mount in a weird kind of way. It's all scientific. It does have some mounting holes on the top. Where are they? Yeah. This guy is in the back here like that, I believe. Yes. Yep. So this guy is in the back. The line is in the back. It also lines up with your turret, so you can utilize, you can cross-reference. Okay, I got the line on my turret for 0. This is a 0. So, and then this guy here has accessory screws on top, so you can mount all sorts of different cool stuff, and it's not getting in the way of the turret as far as the shooter is concerned, so on and so forth. It does come with this cool little pick wedge, which I do have here. I always keep it on hand. This basically will go in here, and once the scope is mounted, you push it up, it will level the scope, the turret, tighten it down, pull it out, good to go. Kind of a neat tool. Comes with a bunch of this. Oh cool, this is new. It's been probably about a year since I bought a spuhr mount, and they included in a Torx bit. That's handy. That's actually really nice. Very pleased with that. So you can see, as always, everything is very high quality. Again, I bought this at Mile High Shooting. I believe they're in Colorado. They're a bunch of good guys and girls, actually. Super knowledgeable, super helpful, and they always have stuff. So I always shop there when I can. So anyways, we're gonna try and get this set in here now that I have two, making it very difficult to figure out which one is which. Okay, I'm going to first, I'm going to make sure that this guy will actually fit in here. They're both 34mm tubes, but as you see, these are sometimes different, which in this case it is not really all that different, and they do fit, so that's good. You would obviously make sure that you're not mounting on the angled surfaces anywhere, because that would pinch or damage the scope. You make sure that this guy would be in the front, this guy here would be in the rear, and you can kind of see, I haven't leveled this thing out yet, but you can kind of see how the line here kind of matches up with the index mark on the scope. That is nice. So we're gonna get this whoa, you're so amazing, how dare you do it. As you can see, I'm freehand right now. This is not level at all. It's grotesquely out of level, just to give you guys kind of a demonstration on how this works. I'm gonna try and do this one-handed. So let's see how canted this thing is. And actually, I'm gonna cant it the other way just to make my life easier. This little guy comes in and will push. You can't see that because I suck as a human. Basically, we'll just push the optic into place and level itself up. Just like that. I will do this two-handed and make sure that it is 100%. And then I will just tighten these down. Once I get it where I want it, I will take them off individually and thread lock them, because this is going on a 50 cal. I don't normally for 308s. As far as my bolt guns are concerned, I probably will for the SCAR as well, just for the stereotype that SCARs kill glass. I probably will cinch them down with some Loctite if I have it somewhere. So, put you guys on a brief hold. So I did make a mistake here, and I caught myself luckily before I started shooting and saved myself a ton of frustration. Bubble level goes in the back. So I had it swapped around, so the bubble level was in the front, effectively giving me negative 44 MOA, which would have been very frustrating. That being said, make sure the bubble level is in the back. I'm just going to mount this part to the gun first, now that I've already taken it apart once. We'll get the scope on there, and then I'll pick you guys. Here's a look at the big boy and the baby boy. That is a big scope. Goodness. Eye relief is set up pretty good. I might have to play with it. I might have to bump it forward one more little bump. One thing that I did notice for the Desert Techs, and I'll have to adjust this cap, is when I turn, because the cap turns, see how it's getting kind of bound up there. It's not a huge deal, as the thing will move. And I just kind of clicked it out of the way. It is just one thing to notice though, that I can't have it vertical, because it will, with the magnification ring, it will bump into the rail with how far forward it sits. There might be a way around it, but at least for the time being, that's what I'll have to end up doing, is just having it off canted. And man, that is just by a frog hair too. So this is an 1.5 inch tall mount with 44 MOA built into it. So instead of sitting level, it's canted. And on the Desert Tech with the cap, and you can see it is very close, nothing to impact the scope. But that is another thing I do like about Mile High, is they are very good at saying, okay, what weapon do you have? Oh, I've got a SCAR 20. Okay, AR-15. Got a Remington 700. Whatever, you know, whatever you shoot, they'll be able to tell you, you might want to go up a little bit higher to clear your rail. And that is very helpful. So feel free to give them a call. This is an 1.5 inch with a 44 MOA, so an 1.5 inch with less MOA would be more space in between here and here. But again, purpose built. So I'm gonna wrap this video up. I got a lot going on, but that is a look. Thank you guys for tuning in. Obviously, I think we're still at 112 as of the last video, or last time I checked. 112 subscribers. I do appreciate that. Oh, one cool thing too. Impact. You are moving impact, not reticle 2. You are moving impact. So if you need the impact to go up, you move it up. If you need the impact to go down, you move it down. Sometimes people get confused. Myself has been confused occasionally. So that's nice that they just kind of dumb that down for a simpleton like myself. But anyways, we do appreciate you guys. Desert Tech, Nightforce, Spuhr, HK, Trigicon, FN, GoPro, lesser extent Harris, Atlas, blah blah blah. If any of you guys want to sponsor me, go ahead, This video will be brought down by a purple drink. It goes down smooth. But, oh, that's so good. Thank you guys. Like and subscribe if you want to. And as always, if you don't. Be true to you. Get this going. I still got to mount and balance that guy. Get that going. Do that. So, I will cut you guys loose so you don't have to hear me ramble on anymore. Do appreciate it. If you guys have questions, want more of a detailed review, things like that, let me know. I will gladly do it. I will probably touch base again on this scope when I have more time, more privacy, and when I have some actual shooting time behind it. Until then, that is a look on the tailgate. I appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.